Morgan Freeman is a remarkable talent in Hollywood, with around 150 acting credits, but several of his films are a cut above the rest. Freeman's first acting roles were back in the 1960s, where he had multiple uncredited roles. It wasn't until 1969, when Freeman appeared in a single episode of New York Television Theater, that he received his first official acting credit, and decades later, in 1987, when he landed his breakout role in Street Smart. Freeman then continued to build a successful career, appearing in major motion pictures, directed by the biggest names like Christopher Nolan and Clint Eastwood. Freeman is widely recognized for his distinctive deep voice and ability to deliver commanding and authoritative performances. Throughout his career, Freeman has earned an impressive number of accolades, including an Oscar for his performance in $1 Million Baby, with a further 4 nominations for some of his other most notable projects. His reputation and body of work speak for themselves, with his best performances of all time having a wide range throughout his career since his breakout. Glory, 1989. As John Rawlins. Morgan L. Freeman's character leads his all-black regiment in Glory. While Civil War movies are rare, Glory stands at the top of the subgenre with a powerful story led by an amazing cast. The movie is important historically as it conveys the true story of this regiment and their contributions to the wider war, despite opposition from both sides bearing down on them. Freeman played John Rawlins, a noble soldier in the regiment who becomes something of a leader and voice of reason among the other soldiers. It is a gripping and thrilling history lesson about these heroes of the American Civil War who should not be forgotten. While Matthew Broderick stars as a man put in charge of the regiment, it is the supporting cast that really elevates the movie with stirring performances from Freeman, Andre Braugher, and Denzel Washington in his first Oscar-winning role as a runaway slave-turned-dedicated soldier. 9. Gone Baby Gone, 2007. As Captain Jack Doyle. Gone Baby Gone is a complex crime mystery movie directed by Ben Affleck in his directorial debut. Based on the crime novel by Dennis Lehane, the movie stars Casey Affleck as a private detective who is hired by a family to find a young girl who has gone missing. Freeman plays the police captain, Jack Doyle, whose own family tragedy fuels his desire to solve the case even if he is less than pleased to have to work alongside inexperienced PIs. Film unpacks the. Ben Affleck shows his considerable skills as a director, crafting a dark, engrossing, and intense crime story with Boston as the heart of the tale. Casey Affleck makes for a compelling lead and he has a strong supporting cast including Freeman, Ed Harris, and Amy Ryan in an Oscar-nominated role. Freeman's part exemplifies the movie's interesting and complicated moral dilemma at its center. Street Smart, 1987. As Leo Fast Black Small. Morgan Freeman talking to Christopher Reeve in a car in Street Smart. Freeman's breakout role was Street Smart, a film starring Christopher Reeve as a journalist who needs a big story to secure his future. When he accidentally writes a scandalous story that appears to have a lot in common with a dangerous criminal, he's hunted by the police to learn what he knows and how. Freeman plays the notorious Leo Fast Black Smalls, a pimp who isn't afraid to exercise violence to get his way. In more recent projects, Freeman often plays a good guy, but exploring his roots and the darker side of his performances is a must for fans. Reeves makes for a great everyman hero, especially in comparison to his role as Superman, but Freeman is the real reason to watch the movie as his Oscar-nominated role is alluring and frightening all at once.